You are about to see a huge collision, an implosion collision, an explosion involving the following parties: Candace Owens, Laura Loomer, TPUSA, and the Daily Wire. Now, where each one fits in, I'll explain in a moment. How this explosion is starting, I'll explain in a moment. What I'm talking about is the public perception, not the reality. Now, you and I can talk all day long about, well, that's not really true. Well, that's technically not TPUSA, that's Daily Wire. Well, no, that's Laura Loomer. No, nay. The public cannot differentiate this. They see it as this group versus Candace. It's the public perception that I care about in this instance, not the realities. There's no deep diving here. People do drive-by news. They kind of catch an idea, like a billboard. They kind of know a little bit about this. Their news analysis is like they're double parked. They're not really paying attention, but they get kind of an overall feeling. And it's the feeling you get which is important. Give an example. What's your favorite movie? Pick what. Mine's The Godfather. Okay? Why? I don't know. Is it a particular scene? No. Is it the lighting? Well, is it the acting? Well, no, I don't know. It's a feeling. And right now, the feeling is, from anybody who is even marginally involved, who is double parked, drive by, is that Candace Owens is being attacked, bullied, waylaid, and pummeled by this tsunami of lawsuits and bitter, vindictive, bitchy, catty people going after her, and she has played this perfectly. All Candace has to do is say, now you're going after my family? That's it. And they are. And Ben Shapiro, by the way, can say, wait a minute, hold it. Doesn't matter. You're in the pile. You're in the pile. You're in the group. You're in the, if you're a part of a firing squad and it's deemed to be illegal, everybody gets charged. Even though you actually didn't fire anything, you were there. And you're a part of the cabal. You're a part of the conspiracy. You're a part of this group. And the one who is causing them the most problem, who seems unglued, unhinged, untethered by reality, is Laura Loomer. And she is making it very difficult for not only them, but for the president and the Republicans and a lot of folks who are hardcore pro-Israel, call them Zionists, whatever you want. Even they're saying, wait a minute, this isn't helping us. Because the whole idea of lobbying is to help the cause. She's not helping anyone. Since, I don't want to pick, not October the 7th, do you remember there was this movement? We're changing this up a little bit. But the public perception regarding Israel and how Americans, and by the way, perception, you can argue whether it's right or wrong. I'll let other people decide. But there was an understandable sense of sympathy, empathy, concern, pro-Israel. Get these people. I mean, it seemed like it was just the worst situation. And that's what people thought almost unanimously. There were a few individuals who didn't, or they alleged that the facts weren't what they appear to be. Doesn't matter. I'm telling you, perception. Look at it now. And by the way, there's these groups. It's called either Israel. Don't ever say Zionism to Americans. They don't understand what that is. That's inside baseball, so to speak. You know what I mean? I don't want to demean most Americans, but they have no idea what that is. They have no clue. So if you use that only complicates it. If you say, this is a Zionist movement. Really? I thought it was Israel. I know that may sound silly to you. I know, but I hear it all the time. All right, so now, let me tell you where we are now. Now people are saying, I don't know what this is about. Why are we going to war? What did Iran have to do with October the 7th? We've only been hearing about Iran since 1979. it's kind of like the usual suspects. Gas prices are going up. What's going on? I don't understand this. Huh? Not to mention, what was going on in Gaza was absolutely devastating. Remember, people within certain circles said, no, that's just war. Look, I've been through this with Vietnam. There were diehard adherents to the Vietnam War who said, look, war is messy. If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. I don't want to be so crude. So let me recap this. There's a lot of people right now who are saying this is not going where we are. This is not it. J.D. Vance is even saying, he was humiliated by this Islamabad negotiation. I mean, humiliated. When Bibi Netanyahu said, they converse with me or report to me every day, up to and including J.D. Vance. And meanwhile, you notice what's happening to, again, I'm not trying to complicate this, but what's happening to Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, his stock is going up. Meeting with the Pope, that's going to backfire. That's going to backfire unless he wisens up. But anyway, wises up, I should say. Anyway, so there's all this. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Here's this thing. Israel is saying, wait a minute, this isn't working here. Who are these people? Who is Ben Shapiro and Laura Loomer? You're preaching to the choir. We would appreciate, I'm not saying we're paying you, let others suggest that, but we would appreciate for the mutual cause if you would try to enlist new people to understand the complexity, the gravity, to inspire sympathy, understanding, not rage and dissatisfaction and resentment. Because whenever they see Laura Loomer could be against, cancer, and people would second guess it because she is that perceived. I don't know her personally, but she is perceived as that vile, vindictive. What she has said, the C word, nappy, she is there is absolutely no filter, no circuit breaker, no brakes, no nothing in her her quiver, her mentality, her worldview. Nothing. When she sees red, she has blood in her eye. Candace Owens is everything. What's going to happen is that President Trump is going to back off and back down at the suggestion of Susie Wiles and others, even J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is saying, listen, J.D. Vance has said, I'm not so sure about our perpetual allegiance with Jerusalem. He's intimating, because he's got midterms and he's got 2028. He's got that coming up. And they're looking at her and they said, who is this? I don't know. And you could say, well, she's not with us. She's not on our side. Trump could say, well, look, she doesn't work for the White House. Doesn't matter. It's perception. You have to formally, demonstrably, actively, conspicuously, aggressively, notoriously sever all relations, disavow, abnegate abnegate, to renounce any connection with her whatsoever, which will make her crazy. Because Trump, that's it. That's her connection here. Okay, fine. Next, I don't know how this is done, if it's through Bibi, if it's through Israel, I don't know. But somebody's going to say, you're not considered hardcore right-wing, you're considered unglued. And by association, you're making us look unglued. And we don't need this. Enough. Back off. We're done. So whatever you say, and remember, they've got to publicly renounce, sever, abnegate, renounce, disavow, throw out, remove, expel. It has to be open, because as long as there's a connection, as long as people say, well, she works for Israel, and they're going to say, oh, no, 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 no. Because she is not helping anyone. So now you lose Trump, you lose Israel. Now what do you have? Now what do you have? Then you're going to have Daily Wire, who really has nothing to do with it. Ben Shapiro, who's kind of all over the place. Even they're going to say, look, and then all of these, this new, if it's true, they say her husband, Loomer's husband, is that what I'm reading? I don't even know if she's married. I don't know, whoever. But they're saying, they are alleging, and it has been said, that she has allegedly secured improperly access to either state farm platforms, proprietary platforms, to try to find information regarding Candace's vehicles, where she lives, and all this other stuff. Okay? State Farm is going to have to do something to say, we have to put an end to this. We cannot be apart. We've got Progressive and Geico and others breathing down our throats. We don't need this. Number two, doxing, swatting, but doxing, this new thing. It's like hantavirus. In 2 days, 3 days, now we're talking about hantavirus. When we get on something, it becomes part of our vocabulary. We are stuck with it. And when they say all of a sudden, doxing, family, safety, crazy people out there, little kids, the president, Charlie Kirk, security violations. So they see this crazed, lunatic, vile. I don't know what she can say, Laura, about Candace that she's already not said. I don't think there's, you know how normally you can say, well, at least I didn't say. I think she said everything. Absent an N-word, she might as well. I mean, at this point, she said everything. She said, I think, worse. Because that would have been wrong, but it would have been understood as kind of like gratuitously profane. This is another story. This is something completely different. This is another story. So anyway, so let's go back. I'm going to keep going back so you understand. Of course you understand, but Candace is, and this is what they don't understand, she's loved. Tell me somebody near her. Tell me who. Megyn Kelly? Tucker Carlson? Maybe. Yeah, no. Who? Alex Jones? I don't know if he's loved. He's very respected. I respect him greatly. I do. But I'm saying Candace is different. Candace is not your little sister. She is not. She might be your sister. She might be your, I don't know how some of us look at her almost like as a daughter or a granddaughter, but she's like a member of the family. You know what I mean? I am not exaggerating. I don't know of anybody. Think about it. Can you think of anybody? Who in this world, platform world, who? And not because they're a woman, but sometimes, anybody? Is there anybody that you, in our group, I'm thinking Barron's like, how do I say this? He's, of course, like a brother, like a big brother, I'm trying to think but comes to us as a tough guy. She does too. But And again, please, I'm not trying to get into this distinction about, well, Barron is love, but she's loved more. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they love her like nothing I've ever seen ever regarding anybody at any time, anywhere. I mean, here, at least maybe Lucy and Desi, when little Ricky was born. I'm serious. You see, I'm not kidding you. See, that's why when you're loved and not loved, that's why Princess Diana, oh my God. Princess Kate. Meghan, no. Kardashian, no. Who? Spend today asking yourself this question and question or answer me. Comment. Who? Who else? I can't think of anything. Candace is respected, but loved, liked, of course it goes without saying, but loved. So, going back, Candace says to you, look what they're doing. I started off exhibiting the unmitigated audacity of being concerned over the death of my friend and wanting to see his murder solved. That's all I wanted. To see his murder solved. And for my efforts, I have been drugged. I have been pulled through the mud. For what exactly? What exactly? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do to imperil my children? What did I do exactly? The unmitigated audacity of what? Opining? What do you want from me? Whatever she did about Brigitte Macron, nobody cares. I got the president after me. I've got low IQ. I've got this. I mean, I am everybody. Ben Shapiro, who, by the way, this weasel, this jackal, this ferret, this, I don't know what he is. There is nothing. He has no equity left. Nothing. Zero. I don't know who he's talking to. Whom he is talking to. I don't know. I really don't know. They're calling her evil. She's evil. Candace is evil. She's the devil. Erica Kirk, let the record reflect, she never went after Erica Kirk for being Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk became the CEO immediately. And as such, she took on the responsibilities, the mantle, the liabilities of being CEO and head of this. Do you understand this? Do you grasp this? That's where this is the distinction that's never really been made. She's never ever gone after her as a woman, as a mother. She's doing nothing like that. But of course, she was so happy to be in the spotlight. This is Erica, and she's so just stupid. I'm sorry. At first, I went from, I think she's ditzy. Well, she's not that bright. No, she's stupid. She is making mistakes that are so unnecessary. These unforced errors. I don't even understand it. But everybody jumped in. Plus, if you jump in against Candace, you'll try to pull some, numbers or fame or metrics towards you. I guess. I don't know. So as we have it right now, you've got this cacophony, this mess, this miasma, this morass, this vortex, this, I don't know what you want to call this tsunami. It's like quicksand. It's all pulling people in. And at the center of this is Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, so to recap, Laura Loomer, there's this, all of a sudden, Trump says, I got to get out of here. His political people are going to say, please. And other people are going to be saying, please, get away from her. What are you doing? And you've got, remember, it's got to be demonstrable. It's got to be, it's like in the old days when the mob would end somebody's life. Sometimes they would have to do it demonstrably. They would have to show you. They would have to make sure people got the message. From Arnold Schuster to Roy DeMeo, They wanted you to see this. Let there be no doubt that it was us and we are done and you, okay. So the president's got to do this. J.D. Vance is going to say, you're going to have to, I can't, I'm fielding questions about Laura Loomer. Not only that, Mr. President, remember, she's going to say some stuff. I don't know what you did with her, sir. I don't know what happened. It's none of my business. You're an adult. But she's going to come out with stuff. This is a woman who is so, not only is she aggressive politically, but her sexual appetite or her sexual aggression knows no bounds. I mean, it's almost predatory. There are people in prison who I think are smoother or more like David Niven compared to this woman. Dear God. Do you see my tattoo? Remember that video of this one poor kid or young boy going, come here, you. I want you. You're so beautiful. Come on, let's do it. Ah, Jesus. My God. What are you? Holy God. It's just incredible. It's so, I don't know, Mr. President, but you can write it on the wall. She's going to say something. She's going to be so hurt because she realizes it's over. So first you, then at some point, somebody's going to tell Israel or whoever, whatever this construct is called, do us a favor. Whatever you say is your business. You're not in our government. You don't speak for us because she has turned off more people, more to whatever plight, cause, issue, focal point of Israel, Zionist, whatever you want to call it. She's done this. When she advocates something, you will hate. If she advocates you, you'll hate yourself. She will make you hate yourself. When she comes at it and she comes across as, I don't want to get into looks. I don't want to get into voices. But there is something that I think sometimes people must realize. There's a certain kindness or there's a certain type of succor, S-U-C-C-O-R, that people experience. Some kind of, she's like an emollient. There's a certain salve. There's a, they're nice. There's a, I like her. There's nothing about her. There's nothing at all. Smooth, unctuous. She's not, there's nothing sweet, anodyne, palliative, saccharine, nothing. It's coarse, hard. She does a fake, artificial laugh, which comes across almost like the way a witch laughs. Do you ever like when a witch says, hey, my pretty? She's not laughing. That's not laughing. I don't know what that is. It's diabolical something or other. Laura, listen to her. She does this laugh. And that's why, but the problem, it's like somebody, is this warmth? Did you go to class to learn this? I mean, it is, detached. Same thing with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is like Vlad the Impaler. He's as warmth as stillbirth. He is just, turd in a punch bowl. And everybody else knows it. And then you've got these TPUSA people. I have no idea. You're suing for what? Go away. What are you doing? Candace is saying, you fire me and you stalk me and you keep coming after me. It's like, it's like the couple that breaks up and she can't let the boyfriend go, except they can't let her go. It's the strangest thing. So, in conclusion, one more thing. You're going to see if what Candace is saying about State Farm or other people violating proprietary platforms and the like to secure private information, oh my God, you're going to see prosecutions. There could be something federal, state lines, wires, who knows what law has been passed. In the federal system, there's so many laws that are just dormant. You never even knew they were there. There's so many. The Federal Protection, Consumer Protection, Leaking Consumer Protection Act. What was that? Oh, that's serious. So we don't know what's going on there. And if it is true that she, again, I didn't know she was married. If it's her husband or somebody else, and somebody gets caught, there's some limited privileges there, husband and wife and all that kind of stuff. But somebody somewhere is going to say, hey, look, don't get me involved in this. I never signed off for this. She did it. I'm not going down with her. That's it. And then you're going to see the last gasp, the last moment, the last sound, the utterance, the breath of Laura Loomer. And it's not going to be pretty. All of this created by themselves. All of this created by themselves. All of this, not by Candace, by them. Hoist by their own petard. Absolutely. So get ready. And remember, I'm going to tell you this again. This is classic Jack Reacher. Remember, you asked for this. Candace can tell everybody, remember, you asked for it. I didn't mention any of you people. I was busy. I didn't even care about you. I was done with TPUSA. I was done with this. You came after me. You wanted this. You wanted this. So how does it feel to be on your own? No direction known, a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. All right, dear friends, thank you for letting me be myself again, as the great Sylvester Stewart said. Please like the video. Please subscribe to our noble, humble network. We're zooming in on 400,000. Please, with your help. Please, it's a benchmark. Just little old me. It's just my wife and me, and that's it. I don't got no staff. I don't got no nothing. It's just little old me and you. So subscribe. Hit that little button so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And I've got some questions for you in the comment section. And I want you, from the bottom of your heart, to comment as you see fit.